All aboard Tom Cruise runaway train, chugging down the tracks towards box office domination. I promise that sounded a lot funnier in my head, but in all seriousness, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 is only the second most thought-provoking story I've heard this year about the search for a missing submarine. Hello everyone, and welcome to Interlopers Incorporated. I am Irving, your host, and this is my proof of concept. So the year 2023 has been filled with a plethora of movies. Some great, some bad, some utter shit. But I am happy to report that Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 is one of the great ones. Would I say that it's my favorite Mission Impossible? No. I'm sorry, but this one doesn't have Henry Cavill and his big tits. So, unfortunately, I have to say that Fallout is still my favorite. That being said, I do think it's in your best interest to brush up on the history, and if you can't see all 6 movies, at least make an attempt to watch the first, because this movie builds on the previous ones, but it really pays an homage to that first 1996 version. Thankfully, if you don't have time, you can watch the movie blindly without having previous knowledge.
3, 2, 1, action!
Because Dream Team director Christopher McQuarrie and the leading man Tom Cruise team up again to deliver an astounding movie filled with set pieces and thrills and lots of humor, surprisingly.
Would you fly a jetpack through a tornado?
Well, what kind of tornado and where?
Would I say that every joke landed? No. But there were some really funny moments, especially moments involving tearing off masks. The story of Dead Reckoning is one of... Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 is a high-octane, thrilling, globe-trotting adventure. One that pits Ethan Hunt versus artificial intelligence. But it turns out that the artificial intelligence has gone rogue.
No shit.
Joining the boys, we also have Haley Atwell and Vanessa Kirby, returning once again as the White Widow in a very funny capacity, but also in a legacy sentiment, considering that she is the daughter of the original Max from Mission Impossible 1996.
Very well.
Who are you and what are you doing here?
And just like her mother, in this version, she also is part of a train heist. So I do want to talk about some things that I found less than satisfactory. And the number one grievance that I have with this movie is the death of Rebecca Ferguson. Her character, whose name is Ilsa Faust. She comes back in such a small capacity, never having truly been part of the IMF team, and that feels almost like a disservice because she's actually pretty fucking badass. So for her to die, get fridged in order to provide Ethan Hunt with a goal of revenge just feels gimmicky and unearned, especially when Tom Cruise doesn't really do his best to sell it. The final sequence in the film is so engaging, but the marketing truly spoils just how much of it there is, especially the Tom Cruise motorcycle dive. It's pretty short. It feels like it goes by pretty fast. But the sequence on the train itself truly does invoke this Uncharted 2 feeling that is pure adrenaline. Okay, so there's a lot that I could say about this movie, but my edible just kicked in, and